Hey there, Waldorf students. My name is Sarah Leixenring, and I am the principal at Forest City Middle School here in Forest City, Iowa. I just wanted to take a few moments and number one, say welcome to Forest City Middle School for your practicum hours. We are really excited to have you and welcome you into our building, get to meet our staff and our students, and also take an opportunity to talk through just a couple of expectations that we have while you are in our building, as well as give you a few tips to keep in mind as you're completing your practicum hours. So like I said, my name is Sarah Leixenring. This is my second year as building administrator here at Forest City Middle School. I am a Waldorf grad, class of 2010, so I know, a little bit older than you guys are, but I am a proud Warrior alum and am always pleased to be able to help with students and practicums here in our building. I previously was the administrator at Osage Middle School, not too far from here, about 45 minutes away, and serve grades 5th grade through 8th grade there as well. Here in Forest City, we do serve 5th grade through 8th grade. We have about 80 to 90 students per grade level, and at about close to 350 or so students in our building at any given time. We have a full 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade team, and we do share a few staff members with the elementary as well as the high school. So that just gives you a little bit of context into Forest City, our middle school, and our structure. And so just a couple of expectations we have as you enter our school building. You will have a nice little buzzer right at the door there where when you buzz, Mrs. Nyhus, our building secretary, will ask you just to state your name and why you're here, and she will buzz you into that first set of doors. You will then go to the left and you will head on into the office, and there will be a spot there where you will be able to sign your name, check in, and get a few directions from Mrs. Nyhus as to where you maybe need to go. Typically, we even have a staff member who is there meeting you, able to walk you to your practicum classroom. One tip of information for you: as I said, please introduce yourself. Give us your name. Those are connections that you're building and names that we remember as we get to student teaching and as you're in the process of applying for job openings, okay? Once you are walking to your classroom, just a few expectations. You'll have talked with your supervising cooperating teacher ahead of time. And they're going to be able to give you some details like, where do I sit when I go in there? Do you have a specific desk you want me to be in? Is there a couch in the back that I should sit in? Would you prefer that I walk around the classroom and kind of oversee and help with what students are doing? And a lot of those tasks that you'll be completing during that practicum time is also dictated by obviously what your requirements are for your course, as well as how many hours you need to complete. I know that some students are required to work with a small group of students or get some individualized information, or even teach several lessons. So please be in communication with your practicum teacher, and they will most definitely give you some guidance on the ins and outs of their specific classroom routines and practices. Once you establish those pieces and you've been able to do what you need to do, just remember, they're able to give you feedback. They're able to help give you advice. They can give guidance and suggestions on any questions you might have or things that come up that you're unsure about during that time, okay? Just a couple really simple reminders that most of you are very well aware of, but I feel it's extremely important to be clear about them as we want to partner with you, but also want to protect the needs and the learning of our teachers and our students. And that is cell phones. Please make sure they are away. If you need them on you, that's fine. Honestly, my suggestion would be for those 45 minutes that you're here that you just leave them in your car, lock your car, and it's not a distraction. When we have the flexibility throughout our college career to be able to be on our devices or use them as necessary, I think sometimes we forget when we're walking into that K-12 setting that it needs to be away and off. So our phone rule actually for our middle school students is that is something that's in their locker all throughout the day. And so they're used to not having them on them nor seeing other students on them. And remember, you're an adult who they don't know walking into our building. And so having you follow those policies as well just helps set good modeling and practices for our students. So if you could keep those phones put away, that would be awesome. The second thing is being punctual and on time. If a teacher says class starts at 9:08, don't walk in at 9:10. They're already starting for their day. They know what's going on. And so it can be a disruption, and it can be something with you walking in late, especially if they have to give you directions, that can interfere with some of the procedures and practices that they have going, as well as student learning, as well as you have new bodies coming into the classroom. And so just making sure that students can stay focused and do what they need to do. As long as you've cleared it with your teachers and they know what's going on, you'll be good to go. Okay. I'm just following my list here. A couple of things that I think I just want to remind you of is, like I talked about, introducing yourself, taking time to get to know our staff. So as much as you might think, this is my intro to teaching class, right? I'm a freshman, or I'm a sophomore or junior transfer. This is the first opportunity I have to be in a classroom. Maybe I'm not even an education major, but I have to do some of these courses for my other content areas or my degree that's coming up. What I need you to remember is people remember you. So if you are kind, if you're considerate, if you're asking great questions, if you are involved with students, I can't tell you enough how important that is, to be up, moving around, asking questions. It doesn't matter if you understand the content. It doesn't matter if you feel a little bit lost or confused in some of the things they're explaining. Talk to students. Ask them questions. Get to know them. Sit down in a small group. Ask if they need help. Engaging in what you're doing shows us how you'll engage when you become a professional, whether it's as a paraprofessional, whether it is as a teacher, whether it's as a curriculum person, a tech person, a coach. Okay, a coach. I can't stress that enough. If that's the path that you want to take, engage with kids. And when you're showing us that you're taking that leadership step to be involved, it goes a long way as we remember who we want for student teaching placements. Okay, so I want to remind you, we are so blessed to have Waldorf University here, but we also have all of our regent universities, as well as other private schools, requesting students to be placed in our classrooms. And so my first job is to make sure that we are supporting those organizations and universities, so teachers have experiences, but also with the understanding that I'm going to protect my students and staff as well. And so if you're making a great impression and you're willing to go that extra step to increase your own learning as well as benefiting our students and staff, I want you here. Okay. If that's something that you're not demonstrating, that's something that we're going to decline when it comes to that time period. Okay. So keep that in mind, as I know all of you have different constraints with maybe vehicles or time frames or locations about where you maybe want your student teaching placements. Okay. It is really your first opportunity to network and put your name out there. And I cannot explain to you how narrow that network of administrators is, especially in the state of Iowa, meaning that we talk to each other, we have connections. So if someone knows you're a Waldorf grad and you're applying 2 hours away, if they know me, they're going to pick up the phone and call. Okay. And I'm going to tell them about how your placement went, what your cooperating teacher said. So please just keep those things in mind, whether you're doing a 10-hour practicum or you're getting ready for student teaching. Okay. The last thing I want to end with, to keep this video short and sweet, is I just want to say thank you. Thank you for going into public education. Thank you for taking the time to want to make a difference with our students and come in and observe some excellent staff members that we have. I may be biased, but I think we have some of the best, and we take pride in that. We have high expectations for ourselves and for our kids. And as always, I am here to support. If you have questions or you need clarification on something, my office is right inside the door. I'm not always there, but please make sure to reach out to my secretary, and she can most definitely put you in communication with me. I'm always available by email, and I think I do get to come to talk to a couple of different classes coming in November. So I'm really excited to maybe see some of your faces, get to answer questions, and talk a little bit more about what I'm most passionate about is our middle schoolers. So if you have questions, as always, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, enjoy your time in Forest City Middle School. We're really happy to have you. Thanks, guys.